Hello and welcome to another episode of Film Freaks with a Z, the podcast about movies. Each episode we talk about a specific movie. And we'll get to this episode's movie in a little bit. But of course, first, I need to invite you, the listener, to suggest us movies for the fan vote, which happens during today's episode, which is this episode. Oh my gosh, I didn't prepare the movies, did I?
Oh no.
Well,
Take it away, Tay.
All right.
Filler.
Well, first off,
I have
let's
them right here.
introduce ourselves.
I found them. Hey, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves first, then I'll go through the movies. I am Yemmy, and I'm here with
Just careless.
Hey, Mission.
Ray positivity.
I was gonna say Yemmers, like sinners, but
Oh.
I don't know. I
Interesting.
I backed out of that one.
I am just curlers.
You realize you don't want people calling you Yemmers?
Or my gird,
Curlers.
So the movies for the fan vote are this is a weird collection of movies here. We got Hourglass Sanatorium, which was recommended by David Lopan. We have Real Steel, recommended by Lucy. We have Grandma's Boy, recommended by Maztec Gaming, and The Bourne Identity, recommended by Player2 P2. So it's an interesting selection there.
None of them are the same genre, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. But if you, the listener, want to join in on the fan vote, make sure you do that on the weekend that this episode is live in the Discord. Link down in the description below. We have all the movies in a poll, and you can vote for the one that you want us to talk about. And then we'll talk about it, and maybe we'll have a guest on. Usually we have a guest on. This time around, there are 3 chances for us to have a guest on, and one movie that's probably not going to get any votes. So make sure you go and do your part, vote, and decide our fate. Let's go ahead and reintroduce ourselves. Not kidding. Let's go ahead and
which one you think won't get any votes?
Probably the one that no one has heard of, the Sanatorium.
The Santorum. Yeah, I've never heard of that one either. Which maybe they'll pick it because they're interested. You know, like, oh, what is this about? Let's find out.
Well, eventually we'll get to it. Maybe in 10 years, but we'll get to it. How's everyone doing today? Hope you're all doing fantastic.
Doing great.
Doing
I
pretty
am
good.
doing so good.
I'm cold.
How about you, Yemmy? How you doing?
I'm doing fabulous.
Perfect.
Nice.
Well, Tay, are you a vampire? Or are you...
Well, you guys let me in already, so got bad news for you. Or good news, depending on, If you want to talk about the movie Sinners from 2025, directed by Ryan Coogler. It stars Michael B. Jordan twice.
Yeah, double time.
Because now I just need a movie with 3 Michael B. Jordans. Let's just up that every chance we get, guys.
If Will Smith can do it, Michael B. Jordan can do it.
Oh yeah. Wait, what Will Smith movie had 3 Will Smiths?
Gemini Man.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I know my next recommendation now. Do y'all want another terrible movie? I got one locked and loaded.
Well,
Whatever.
If you watch a Medea movie, he's in it like 5 times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We got the what's his face? My mind just went blank. Terry. No.
Scary Terry?
No.
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry. What
Tyler
Carlos
Perry.
just said?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That doesn't
Okay.
count
Talking
because he's
about
playing a character.
And Eddie Murphy.
Like
Eddie Murphy as well. Yeah. Also playing different characters though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Michael
and
B.
don't forget
Jordan was
about
playing different
Adam
characters.
Sandler in Jack and Jill.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Classic role. Right, Callus?
That was only two. Everyone's done at least two at one point. We
Never
like
seen
that.
that
I want 3 or 4 Michael B. Jordans.
All right, we'll give him 4 Oscars next year.
Hell yeah! All right. So yeah, it stars Michael B. Jordan twice, Haley Steinfeld, Miles Caton, Jack O'Connell, Wumi Masaku, Jamie Lawson, Omar Benson Miller, Delroy Lindo, Lee Jun Lee, Yao. That's 2 different names, Lee Jun Lee, and then Yao. No last name for Yao, just Yao. Lola Kirk, Peter Dramanis, and a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
I think I got. I don't know, Buddy Guy, we'll say, and then I think everyone else kinda. Yeah,
I think you're good there.
yeah. All right.
And Yao.
All right. The synopsis: trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to their hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back.
That's right.
Although I don't know if the evil technically was waiting to welcome them back. The evil showed up like right around the same time, so.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Whatever. It's
Sometimes
fine.
the letterbox
Semantics.
summaries are kind of like wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. The tagline, I guess, for the movie was "Dance with the Devil," which sure. I'd say more "Sing with the Devil," but
Yeah.
Folksy with the devil.
Strum with the devil.
yeah.
The devil has
Bluegrass
such a
with the
beautiful
devil.
voice. Yes.
The devil does have a very lovely voice.
That's how he gets you.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
I mean, we already knew this stuff. I mean, we know he's a fiddle player.
That is true.
So, although this, I guess, wasn't the devil though. It was just a guy,
I don't believe
But-
he was
but
down
this-
in Georgia.
just a vampire guy.
But this was in Georgia, right? Because the devil went down to Georgia.
Right.
That's true. This was in Mississippi, I think.
He
Yeah,
took-
Mississippi.
This is like his. He took a stop over in
This,
Mississippi.
Yeah, or maybe it was like his cousin, or just a member of the Devil's band.
Yeah,
the devil has a banjo band.
Yeah,
The
because
devil's
this
band.
guy he
Fiddle
played
band.
the banjo, so the
Yeah.
other devil played the fiddle. So we're still
yeah.
waiting for the washboard and the cello.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, the devil was in Georgia at this time. This was just one of his bandmates in Mississippi, going, "Hey, I'm a vampire. I'd really like to turn y'all into vampires."
Hey everyone, I'd like you to listen to bluegrass for a little bit, and everyone's like, "No!"
That's white man music. You can take that somewhere else.
Yeah, if you go into town, there will be some people there who will be mighty enjoying that.
Right? I don't know why they. Well, okay, never mind. I was thinking, I was like, why didn't they just do that? Why didn't they just go into town? I was like, oh yeah, because they wanted Sammy. That was the whole point.
Yeah.
He wanted Sammy.
With his beautiful voice. This
His
is
beautiful-
speaking of Sammy, this is Miles's debut film.
Yeah.
Introducing Miles Catton
Interesting.
at the beginning. Yeah, he only has this
Yeah.
and the documentary based on the film. So,
Yeah.
pretty big movie to star, like to be the first.
Yeah.
The first one you do. I mean, he was more of a side character, obviously, because Michael B. Jordan was like the main duo character. But Sammy had a big role.
He was a huge.
Yeah,
he was
big
in
role.
almost every scene. Phil, still, but he did a good job. I thought he did a good job.
Yeah,
He's the first person you see in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Cal, since you brought it up, fuck the opening of this movie.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Why do they
I
start in the
knew you were-
future? It makes no sense. In this case, it makes even less sense. There is nothing of value gained because they start at the beginning of the movie, at the end of the movie.
Building anticipation, Yemmy. And
There's no
you
anticipation.
anticipate
You know that
the
he
movie.
lives and his guitar gets broken. It takes
Yeah.
the sting away from the kind of ending. And I get it. They wanted to do the whole section where Smoke is shooting up all the Ku Klux Klan members. I get it. You can still do that, but have the stinger at the end of the movie be Sammy going back to the church and confronting his father, and then you get the flash forward after the mid-credits scene of him older playing the guitar, right? I think that would be perfect right there. But
Yeah. It
no,
didn't.
they got to go with the flash forward.
Yeah, I agree that it didn't add anything, and like the only thing I got from it was just like earlier that day. I was like, oh, this movie takes place in a day. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like that's not information I needed to start this movie.
No, not at all. I mean, honestly, they pretty much after that they start at the church anyway, right? I mean, there's a
Yeah.
couple scenes in between, but they essentially go back to the church before everything happened anyway. So it's like, why don't you just show us what's going on? That his father is angry at him for playing music and blah blah blah, and that's a good place to start it because you get a baseline character introduction. You understand the character entirely right there. It just hurts. I think it hurts the movie just a little bit to open with that flash forward. Not just because it's my personal opinion that flash forwards are almost 100% like dumb to do in any circumstance, but it's also like looking at it from a objective a stance here. Yeah, I mean it just starts the movie. I think it's just the wrong foot to start on because
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Someone else
like I
said
said, you know, Sammy lives. So, I think I want to eventually, maybe someday, you know, find the movies that the flash forwards really bug you, and just make a Yemmy cut where you just remove the flash forward, you start the movie, and see how much you enjoy it more.
right. Yeah,
Is there a movie where you actually don't mind it, or where like
I think
There's
we've
been a
talked.
few.
think it
Yeah, we've
works?
talked about
Yeah.
some. I can't think of them off the top of my head.
Yeah, I feel like we have talked about it. Didn't remember at all though.
Yeah, I actually forgot about the flash forward until you guys just brought it up again. I was like, oh yeah, I did do that. It was dumb. The only thing is, like, I was watching with my wife, and as it was my wife, as it was approaching the scene again the second time, she's like, okay, now that we kind of know what's going on, she's like, I thought I saw him smoking as he entered the church, so I want to see if that, like, if he was smoking, which means he was bit, you know.
See,
But
now
he wasn't
that would be cool,
right?
but they didn't do that. So
No, like that would make the flash forward, like you go, oh, I didn't catch that stuff, you know, and then it, like you go, okay, now I get it. But it didn't do that. It wasn't that.
Yeah.
He might have had some steam rising off him, but that's because he was in the, like, a minute before in a river.
Yeah. I did not remember anything about like what this movie was about, and I didn't look it up, and I went in completely blind. So I was very confused pretty much the entire time. Like, not the entire time. That was dumb of me to say, but like I didn't know that this was about vampires at all.
oh,
I thought this was
go ahead.
definitely going to be more about like more like leaning into like the KKK and, you know, sinning and like religious church stuff. Not about some vampires with some
Yeah, that was like the
crazy motives.
only thing I knew is that there were vampires.
I had no idea.
That's pretty much the only thing I need to.
I think that's the perfect way to go into this movie. Like, you know, with other movies
Yeah.
that we've talked about, like, you know, having some context going in is great and it prepares you for what you're about to witness. Sinners, it was like when it first came around, it was hard to, you know, not hear that it was about vampires, right? But going into this with the perspective of like, oh, this is just like a period piece, like, oh boy, you know, something bad happens, blah blah blah, and then getting hit with the boom, it's a vampire movie. To have that experience, I envy you. Because I think I would have freaked out
guess,
at that point.
You know, I think watching it that way would have made it better for me. But knowing that it is like kind of like a horror movie about vampires, I was just like kind of waiting and anticipating that, and kind of like soured a little bit my experience of like just the first half of it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean,
I really like the first 2/3 of it. Really,
I agree that the opening of the movie is a bit slow. They're setting up a lot, and they have a lot of characters. And I do think that it probably could have maybe slimmed down some things at the start, because that first, like, I probably half of the movie, really, it's a lovely period piece. There's some great shots in there, like the tracking shot where the girl is going over to the other store and blah blah blah. But
Yeah.
I felt like it was being a bit too like artsy fartsy at times, where it just kind of slowed down the movie a little bit too much. But once they got to the actual like mill and they were, setting it up and stuff like that, the movie really caught me back in. And I had the same issue when I first saw the movie too. Like I felt like even though the opening is lovely, they did such a great job recreating the times and blah blah blah. There's just something about that opening that just feels so disconnected from the rest of the movie, which maybe that's what they're going for, but also it doesn't make a more interesting film. It just kind of slows down the pace, and it kind of makes you yearn for the second half to start. If you've already seen the movie, the second half to get going, because that's where like the movie really hits its stride. And I mean, pretty much from that scene where Sammy starts singing and all the different eras of African music and dance come into play.
Yeah.
Like that is where the movie hits its stride and just knocks it out of the park.
Yeah. I'd have to agree. I love that part. That was so cool to like. They did it so well. They shot it so well. That was one of my favorites.
And they performed that live at the Oscars. It was pretty cool too.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Gonna have to go watch that. But yeah, like me personally, I'm already not a fan of horror movies. There has been some in the past that I've watched and enjoyed and liked, but like by and large, I'm not like a horror fan. But I've heard like so much hype about this movie. I was like hopeful. I was like, well, maybe it'll be one of the ones that I do enjoy. But I feel like that set my expectations too high for it. And like, even though I do agree it's a great movie, and phenomenal acting and like so many good things about it, like personally, I'm like, I don't know. There's like so much of it that it didn't hit for me. Like I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, I didn't find this like, because I'm not like I don't mind some horror movies, but like I didn't feel like this was very horror-y.
Yeah.
It's just like, did
like
any of you ever watch Dreamcatcher?
No.
Because that's another movie that's like the first, like more than a half of the movie is just like very like storytelling and drama and things, and then like just craziness happens in like the last third of the movie. So that's what they reminded me of.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never seen that.
Yeah, neither have I. But this one, I feel like, I mean, they kind of start setting up at the very beginning. You get the little like voiceover about the demons showing up if somebody has an angelic voice or whatever. So you get that a little bit, and then like the vampire first shows up, and I want to say like even before they're fully at the mill, like you start to see him. So like they do start setting up the vampire stuff pretty quick on. But like it's so quick, and like it's mostly just like, oh, we just don't let them in. And then when they finally, Grace lets them in, it's just kind of a battle for 15 minutes, and then it's done. Like it felt more action-y movie than horror movie to me.
It was more thriller to me.
Thriller.
Anything.
Yeah. They wanted you to get invested in the characters, and when they were dying one by one, be sad about it. And there were a couple of deaths that I was like, well, damn, they killed the drunk guy. That sucks.
Yeah, that was sad.
Wait, which drunk guy?
The one that got locked out because they thought that he died.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they thought he had already been bitten, and so they just put him outside.
Yes.
Yeah. There was a few, like, I wasn't quite expecting, like, right away, like Haley Steinfeld's character, like immediately getting bitten, and it was like, oh, okay, we're just going into this.
That was a good surprise there.
I kind of called that, honestly, because she was the only white woman there, and like they took offense that they like invited her in but not them.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, she's done. She's cooked.
Yeah, and then killing off, Dax right away. I was like, oh, okay. Usually the lead. I was like, but you got two of them, so it makes sense, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was just one Michael B. Jordan smokestack,
Yeah, he would have survived.
he would have survived all the way to the end there. But yeah, because there was two of them, one of them had to go.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess jumping forward all the way to the like end credit scene, like past, not quite, was it end credits? I guess I don't remember what it was, but you see that Stax and I can't remember her name. Mary? Was it Mary? Haley Steinfeld's character are still
Yeah, Mary.
alive.
Mary, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So
was interesting.
that was interesting. Well, it's like, oh, okay. They took that route, which is fine. But it's like, are these people still turning vampires? I guess.
I don't know.
It didn't seem like it. It seemed
Yeah.
like they were just kind of thriving in the decade. Like,
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
know.
Which is fine. I guess they just. The one thing that was weird is like because usually in vampire movies it's like they either turn you or they kill you. Here it was just no matter what you're turned.
Well, it's
Yeah.
because this version of the vampire was learning everything it can about the people that they were. It's like the mind meld happens when you get bitten and be
Yeah.
reanimated. And I think,
Got
like, obviously there's heavy racial overtones with the vampire characters. I mean, the movie is about racism as well, but the
Yeah.
vampire, the vampires, or at least the lead vampire being Irish, is also like another poignant thing in the movie because the Irish were also enslaved back in the day as well,
Right.
a long time ago, obviously. But there's just some things about the racism, and then there's also themes of what's the word I'm looking for? Not symmetry, but coming together, like what's the word I'm
Togetherness,
looking for?
friendship.
No.
I don't
It's
know.
like melding together, like your culture melding
Yeah.
completely with another one, right? So
Yeah.
there's also themes of that where you're getting, I don't want to say whitewashed, but you're essentially your culture is being erased because you are in, you are in this country, and with each generation, it's getting less and less tied back to your roots, right?
Yeah.
So like the vampires kind of symbolize that where they're everyone and everything, and it just seems like the only culture that's coming through is that Irish jig culture, right? But they know about every culture, but they're burying the other ones behind them, and it's like that meld of like, okay, so there's one dominant culture, and the rest of them kind of get just learned from, and then they're just slaves essentially to the lead vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who dies? Spoilers.
What?
Yeah, and that's why Stax and Mary can just go off and do their own thing.
Yeah, because yeah. Now, if this was traditional vampire rules, I think once the lead is dead, everyone just dies right away. But it seems like
Not
that's not the case.
necessarily.
I'm pretty like. Well, I'm trying to think back. There was a movie that came out recently that was based off a Stephen King novel, where the lead vampire needed to be killed and everyone just died right when the lead vampire was killed.
Were there?
I mean, yeah, I guess. The heroes win, everyone. Spoiler.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them, like, there's so many different vampire mythos now. Like, the one I'm familiar with is more like what they kind of used in, like, Buffy and Angel back in the day.
Or Twilight.
No, not Twilight. I mean, Twilight's its own mythos. Completely different mythos. Where
If you say so.
the only reason they can't go in the sun is because they sparkle, and then you can tell. Not that they burn up. The nice thing about this one, I did like about this one, is like they got rid of like the religious stuff, where like holy water wouldn't have worked on them, but garlic like still does. Like no one tried using a cross or anything because like the vampire said at one point, it's like that the religious stuff doesn't work on us. It's all bullshit.
I think one of the creepiest parts of the movie is when Sammy's saying the Lord's Prayer and they all start joining in. That kind of hammers that home, where it's like, yeah, religion doesn't really have a play here, even though there is like a thing with his father, religion. It's more of just a anchor point for the character rather than for the entire movie.
For sure, yeah. Like my first thought when they entered the river was like normal vampires, like, well, why don't you just bless the river? But I was like, no, that wouldn't have worked in this situation. Although I think that would have been funny. He goes into the river, he's like, I'm going to get you. I bless this water. Ah, fuck.
He ate the garlic. Why didn't he just like throw up the garlic? And
oh, yeah.
Interesting.
And all that bile and garlic in the water,
Yum.
So I have another bone to pick with this movie. And that's the CGI is atrocious.
Yeah.
The practical effects, lights out. They knocked it out of the park. The makeup for the big dude when he gets his face shot off, amazing. The costume for the vampire when he becomes his true form, great. Most of that was practical. There's also a few other things here and there that looked really good. But damn, like the CGI snake at the beginning was just like the worst thing I've ever seen.
That was bad.
There's so many like CGI blood moments, and I'm like, what are we doing here? Like everything else, like all these practical effects, and you decide to cheap out on this stuff. Like, I mean, I get the snake, I guess, because you don't want to harm a real snake, but also like, damn, maybe take another year to hone in this snake CGI because that was probably the worst thing in the movie.
Yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, CGI you talking? Oh yeah, okay, yep, I blocked that out. It was bad. I do remember that now. Plus, it was just not accurate snake behavior, but that happens in every movie, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Just like, wolves in movies are always portrayed badly when they're like, oh, not that bad. Just leave them alone.
Callus?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Nice try. A little behind the scenes for the listeners. I told them before we started recording that I might be eating dinner while we recorded, so he's trying to catch me off guard with my mouth full.
I tried my best.
It was a valiant effort.
I thought for sure you had him.
When there was that big pregnant pause, I was like, he's got to be stuffing his face right there. Like mid, like half a taco in his mouth, just like, we'll get him next time.
Yeah.
How about that music though? Like,
oh yeah,
I love the music.
Yeah, the music is so
too.
good. The songs that were like performed during the movie were great. And I want more of that like ending Irish gig where they're all dancing. Like, you remember how I said Nope had one of my favorite scenes in all of horror with the house getting the blood squirted on it and all that whole sequence. I think the scene where they're doing that Irish jig just like in the darkness, all their eyes are like glowing because they're vampires now and stuff like that. I think that's like maybe top 5 like horror movie scenes. Like I feel like it really is impactful. It's like this really fun Irish jig and they're all jigging around, but like they have that moon cast over their eyes and it makes them look like a predator, which was also like these really cool contact lenses that they developed for this movie was to have that exact effect. And I just thought it turned out really well. Like
cool.
that whole scene is just mwah. Bellissimo.
Very nice. Very good. Yeah, I kind of assumed it was CGI, so that's awesome that it wasn't.
Callus?
Yep. No, I agree.
Are you even eating?
We don't need to talk about that.
The
Oh.
entire cat is so upset.
Tyson's like, tell his thing it.
But yeah, I agree that
Stuff your
scene
thing.
was shot really cool, and she agrees. The kitty agrees.
The kitty agrees. The kitty just wants everyone to know that scene was awesome.
Yeah.
Also, it's food time. Mom, feed me.
Oh, just
He's
like
already
cows.
been fed today, and I gave him a little Tubi treat. He is fine, I promise.
Okay, then he's just like, Mom, come to bed so we can cuddle.
Absolutely. That's actually what he's wanting.
Yeah, that's it. We have a cat that does the same, so I know. So overall,
I mean, I think it was a decent movie. The one
Oh yeah,
thing I think
we haven't heard really what Ray's thought of the entire movie as a whole, because usually these aren't your types of films, you know.
they still aren't. That has not changed. But I was intrigued. Like the music part of it made me like kind of stood up a little bit. I'm like, okay, like I'm paying attention. But I think like I was talking to Dot about this a little earlier today. Like seeing racism now as a married woman to a black man is so different than not. Like growing up, I grew up in Appalachia, so like we didn't have a strong black community. And of course, like never thought racism was a good thing. Like I was always against it, always been against that kind of hate. But it's so much different when it's like close to your home, like when it's your family now. And
Yeah.
so like just how nonchalant these people are saying, you know, racial slurs and like it's just no big deal. Like gosh, like it hurts my heart so bad. And like the opening sequence, like when we didn't really know what was going on, but like saw the white guy, I was like, oh, like I my heart dropped, and I was like, I don't want to see like I don't want to see that. So I was like really apprehensive like going into this movie because I didn't really know where the white people were, like how that was gonna pan out. And then of course we saw like the hood and like the white hood, the KKK at the one Hicks place, and I was like, God, here we go. But I was kind of pleasantly surprised that it didn't go too far in. Wasn't quite like a Quentin Tarantino type of like Django type. That's what I was kind of
I think
expecting.
the main difference is that Tarantino is a white guy writing these scripts, and
100%.
Ryan Coogler is an African American, so it
100%.
hits different in this context. And then don't get me wrong, like I enjoy Tarantino movies, but yes, I do see your point where it's like, yeah, I mean, we have a white guy who puts himself into a movie just so he can say the N-word and not get like shit for it, and then you have like an actual period piece using proper language and obviously, you know, coming from the perspective of an African American man. So
yeah,
And
it does hit different.
Can we talk about the best scene then?
The crazy all-out action scene.
The killing the Ku Klux Klan scene.
Yeah. I did not know where you were going with it since we were talking about racism. And you're like, yes, the best scene. Let's go.
Where we kill all the racists.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites. That was one of my favorite parts.
Yeah. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, this is an oddly charted out movie because you have the action of the vampires being, you know, attacking the place and burning it down and whatever, and then you kind of get like a sort of like I guess things are concluding now, and then they're like, nope.
Yeah, like 3 times. Like, oh, okay, that's the end. Oh, nope.
Yeah, when he pulls out the Tommy gun after running out of the forest with the bar, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
when I was watching that in the movie theater, I was like, it was almost like an Avengers Endgame moment where I was like, oh my god!
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. So good.
Can I also
And what do you-
say that this
go
movie
ahead.
has one of the more awkward sex scenes that I've seen in a while? Um,
It does.
it kind of just comes out of nowhere, in my opinion. Like, it just, they're like talking, and then all of a sudden she's like, all right, let's get to it.
It's a go. Yeah. It just
Oh, that one.
not
Yes.
much chemistry
Now, I mean,
going
the
on.
next sex scene with the vampire is fine. Like, that's kind of hot, not going to lie. But,
Yeah.
you know, the first one just was awkward. They were talking about like their dead child, and yeah, I don't know. It was a little bit
Yeah. I
odd
was
for me.
agreed. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, this is happening.
That was my favorite part, you guys. Well, thanks.
I thought Sammy goes into the he opens the door and he sees that Stack is having sex, and he closes it. I like the change where they open the door almost like not even a minute later in the film, and she's like gobbling his neck, and when I love that. I wish that I had gone faster though. I wish Sammy had opened the door, seen them having sex, close it, and then Smoke was right there and been like, "Why'd you do that?" And then they open it right away again, and that you see the same scene. I think that would have hit a bit better, but it's still fun. It's still a fun little moment,
Yeah.
right, Callus?
Wild.
I agree.
I almost had him.
Oh my gosh. I don't think you're gonna catch him.
I don't either. Or Ari. Hey, Callus, what do you think of that?
Honestly,
Damn. Okay. Well, I tried.
I will agree that that first scene was definitely very awkward and came out of nowhere.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought it was kind of interesting too that like, they brought in like the Native Americans for like a hot second and then they were gone.
yeah, I
like-
definitely thought they were gonna have more of a role.
Yeah. Me too.
But I guess, the night fell and they just were like, all right, let's get back to our, base of operations. That's
Yeah.
vampire protecting against vampires. Yeah.
Can't blame them.
Yeah. Well, does anyone
It's
else?
surprising that that vampire was just like rolling by himself, considering how quickly he was able to just amass a giant army of like vampires
Right.
in just a single night.
It's
Well, I think
my
Just
conclusion is
showed up.
yeah, I feel like the Native
Yeah.
Americans had killed the rest of his brood or whatever you call it, club, and he was just desperate and running away, right? So I feel like they killed all of his followers, and he was the last one running away, and then he was able to get back on his feet, of course, pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, either that or like he just showed up and was like, I heard an angelic voice. And like that summoned him from a different realm or something. I don't know. I like Yammy's better. That the Native Americans were like, oh, we know your kind. Get out of here, and then murdered them all.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, it probably was something like that. I feel like because Sammy didn't start singing and whatnot until he was in that car.
Yeah.
And maybe that called to the vampire, but I feel like once the scene with the major scene in the movie happens where he's singing in the club, they just kind of like immediately showed up. They were like, ah.
Well. What do we have here?
But yeah, like I said, there's a couple things that could have been changed about this movie. I don't think this is a perfect movie. I don't think it deserved. Well, I mean, I think it deserved a lot of Oscars. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if it deserved like a Best Picture nomination. Like, I think it's great. I think it's awesome that it was nominated. But the movie that did win, I agreed with winning over this one, even though a lot of people were heartbroken about it. But yeah, it's still a good movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I have my qualms with it. I have my negatives, and they they're kind of sticking points for me where it's like I can't give this any higher than what I gave it because then I start to become hypocritical. I have too many criticisms to give it like a 5 out of 5. Like I can't do that. So it's one of those movies where it's going to go down as like a really good movie. It's a breakout movie in the quote unquote horror genre. I know we kind of agreed it's not really horror at the for most of it, but it is a bit of a standout in that aspect because I don't believe there's been another horror movie that has been nominated for Best Picture at this point, because I don't think Get Out was nominated for Best Picture. It was just nominated for Best Screenplay. So this is like a breakout for horror movies, being possibly winning that Oscar for the best movie of the year. And I know some people don't care about the Oscars, but it does have some impact in the lives of not only the actors, but the people behind the production, the director. They will all get more work because of this movie, and that's great.
Yeah.
And I love that for them.
For sure.
But I don't think it's it's an Academy, Best Picture. That's it.
Yeah. Right, Callus?
Right.
I got you. I win.
Good job. I'm just glad one of us was able to do it.
That was pristine timing.
That's what I'm known for.
But yeah. Anyone else have anything they want to say about the movie here? Michael B. Jordan playing 2 characters, pretty cool. He definitely deserved the Oscar for that. Even though I am a Tim Cham fan, Timothy Chalamet. I think that Timmy did do. Maybe this is controversial to say. I do think that Timothy Chalamet had the best performance from last year with Marty Supreme. That's just me, But Michael B. Jordan getting it, I'm not upset. I disagree, but I'm not upset. I think he did a great job in this movie.
And they did a good job with all of the like having them interact with each other and stuff. Like that first scene you see, like they're like passing back and forth a cigarette.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's like this is the same. This is the same person. Like they did a good job of making sure they did that good.
Yeah.
I guess
Right,
that's what I'm trying to.
Man, 2 for 2.
I don't think it got him that time.
No, that time I was good.
Damn. Never mind.
Sorry, Ray. All right. Well, do we just move on to final thoughts here?
Yeah, I guess
Sure.
we're good for.
Yeah, that's one too many pregnant pauses. I think it's time to wrap it up. Take it away, Tay.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, I go first.
Right, Callus?
So, right, Callus? One of us got him, I'm sure.
Go for Tay.
All right. Overall, everything we've said so far, I agree with. I think it was, it was a fun movie. I think, more thriller than horror, which, whatever, it's fine. Doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But they did a really good job with, like I said, the practical effects and I guess I'm pretty sure there was probably some CGI used in the making 2 Michael B. Jordans, head replacing a different, stand-in actor and stuff. So that was good. That's where they spent all their money on, I guess, not on the snake.
Right, Ray?
Yeah. I'm not eating. I'm good.
I just wanted to change the joke up a little bit.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. Overall, so the music was phenomenal. It was a fun movie, and acting was good, and like I said, everything. This was a good movie overall. I enjoyed it, had a fun time with it. There was a few things we've talked about that we can nitpick about, but overall, I enjoyed it, and I will give the movie let's go with a 4 out of 5.
All right. Ray.
Yeah. So, I'm trying to leave like a lot of my personal feelings out of it, just because it's not really my type of movie. Um, I think it was directed pretty well. The music was fantastic. But to be completely honest, I'm surprised it won anything. Um, like it was good, but I just didn't think it was that good. So I don't know. It was decent. It was a decent movie. So my plan is still holding up to a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay. Well, yeah, of course I enjoyed this movie when I first saw it. I enjoyed it now. Still have the same criticisms. Still have the same likes. This was pretty much just like the most basic rewatch ever, where I was like, I have the same thoughts. I really can't say that anything changed for me in this watch of the movie, other than the first, half a hour was a little bit more boring and slow because I wasn't as enthralled with it because I knew what was coming, and I knew that the more interesting part of the movie was in the second half. And it's not to say that the first half is unwatchable. It's a little slow. It takes a little bit of time. It introduces a lot of characters, and it starts off with a flash forward, which I hate. But yeah, it has great music, great cinematography. I love the colors that the movie has too. Just really great shadow work in there as well, like lighting effects and stuff like that. Really good practical stuff. CGI really rough, which is kind of unforgivable for a 2025 film at this point. But at the end of the day, a lot of passion was put into this project, and I still enjoyed it. And I am giving it a 4 out of 5.
All right. I'm more in line with Ray's thoughts here, to where like I agree. It's like it's a good movie, but it's just like not my type. Didn't really vibe with a lot of it, even though I recognize like the incredible music, like the great acting. The movie itself was like very well shot. Like some of these shots were like pretty cool. So like putting personal biases aside, I would have to also give it a 3.5.
All right.
Here we go.
Nice.
And with that, the average for Sinners, released in 2025, is 3.75.
Not too
Whoop, whoop.
bad.
Not too bad at all.
All right. Well, don't forget, folks, that the fan vote is happening right now. If you're listening to this episode while it's the opening weekend for it, we got 4 movies to choose from: Hourglass Sanatorium, Real Steel, Grandma's Boy, and The Bourne Identity. Make sure you jump into the Discord and vote. Now we move on to the part of the show where we give our small recommendations. Things we've been watching, things we've been listening to, playing, experiencing, thinking about, life motivation, maybe an anti-recommendation. I don't know. Does anyone have anything that they want to small recommend today? Or anti-recommend?
I don't really know. I've been getting into Animal Crossing again, and it's a lot
Hey.
of fun. So if you haven't played like the new updates, I highly recommend it because my love for the game has come back after a couple year hiatus, and it's been great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I guess I can talk a little bit about Replaced, which I have been playing recently. It is a cinematic platformer. It came out very recently, and it's really has a really cool art style to where it kind of reminds me of HD 2D, where like it's pixel characters, but it's sort of like in a 3D world. But the 3D world itself also has like pixel graphics, and it's just like has incredibly cool lighting, and it's very cinematic. And the combat, surprisingly, is like very like Batman Arkham, where you get like you have like your dodge, your parry, you can throw punches, and it's like It's like very fun and frantic. Not as smooth as the Batman Arkham games, but it's still pretty fun. And the only thing that I don't like is that there's like no voice acting, so it's just like text on screen, which I feel like it would have been so much better and more cinematic if it had voice acting. But the fact that I had to like read subtitles, it just kind of takes me out of it a little bit. So that's the only drawback.
That makes sense.
But overall, I would recommend it. It's been a good time so far.
Sweet.
Woohoo.
Yemmy, Tay?
I don't have any.
Oh, well, cry me a river.
Okay. Get on that.
Man, cry me a river over there. Oh, my goodness.
I don't have enough tears to make a river. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, cry me a river. Jeez.
You keep saying it, it's not gonna happen.
Oh, man, cry me a river.
No.
I recommend a Instagram channel called Raging Italian, which the guy behind it rage baits his dad by saying the same thing over and over after each of his sentences. And it's the funniest freaking thing I have ever seen in my life. I don't know if they're staged or not. It seems pretty genuine. But I did like a giant deep dive into his account the other day, and I was laughing my ass off for hours straight. Like there's something to be said about a good rage bait. You know, it works so well, and it's just so funny.
Is this the guy that said like whoop-de-doo after everything? I saw that
I've seen
today.
this.
Yeah, the
That was
Raging
funny.
Italian on Instagram.
Nice, I'll have
Well,
to check this out.
whoop-de-doo. What do you mean whoop-de-doo? What are you talking about whoop-de-doo? Well, whoop-de-doo. Yeah, it's great. I love it so much. I've been binging his stuff all day.
I love that.
Well,
Good rage bait.
Well, whoop-de-doo. Well, let's go ahead and end out the show here. We really appreciate anyone for listening and or watching. And of course, don't forget to rate us on Spotify or leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and or leave a comment below and like the video as we like you to do. Does anyone have anything they want to say before
Well,
we...
do we need to talk about Ray's pick?
Yeah.
I was about
yeah.
to say before we listen to what Ray has chosen for the next movie. I swear I wasn't about to end the podcast.
It's kind of what it sounded like.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
You know what's hilarious? I was just gonna let you too, and then mention it afterwards.
Definitely was not like hovering over the stop recording button.
Not at all.
Nope,
Right.
not at all. Yeah.
You've been so invested and so curious as to what I'm gonna pick.
Oh, whoop-de-doo, Ray. Whoop-de-doo. All right, Ray, what do you got for us today?
Oh my god. All right. So I have a movie that came out not too long ago, like under 5 years. And I watched it for the first time, I think, last year. And I really enjoyed it. And I have been thinking about suggesting it for a while. So I figure this would be kind of a good time too, because we're kind of like been on like a serious kick a little bit recently. So this one is kind of serious as well. But
Wait, can I take a guess as to what this movie is?
Sure.
This movie that you're about to recommend is hold on, is I can't. There was some movie that I had in my mind, but I cannot remember the name of it.
I believe in you.
Damn it. Never mind.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Callus.
So the movie I'm recommending. Do you want me to give you a hint?
Oh, sure. I'll take a hint.
It's a book.
Oh.
No? Still.
It's like a
nothing?
movie about a book, or it's a book inside of a movie, and
It's
Based
it's
on
a
a book.
book that was that got turned into a movie.
Well, what do you got for us, Ray?
All right. So the movie I picked is Where the Crawdads Sing. So, yep, it came
I've
out
never
in
even
20.
Where the who went where?
Where the Crawdads Sing? You guys have never heard of Where the Crawdads Sing?
I have not.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
2022.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited. Okay. So the premise of this movie is when a man is found dead, a woman who lives by herself in the dangerous marshlands of North Carolina becomes the main suspect. As the case unfolds, the verdict as to what happened becomes increasingly unclear, threatening to reveal many secrets. It stars Harris Dickinson, Taylor John Smith, Daisy Edgar Jones, Delia Owens, Jojo Regina, and David Stratham. Sure. Directed by Olivia Newman. So, yeah.
Well, I guess
It's
it'll be
good.
an interesting watch since none of us have seen it.
I know. I'm actually kind of shocked that y'all have never even heard of the book. So, yay. It's
Yep.
found on Disney Plus, Hulu, Tubi, all those good places.
Yeah, should be easy to find.
Yeah.
Well,
We also didn't do Callus'
Oh.
Spanish review.
you ruined my timing.
I'm sorry.
No.
I was gonna pretend to try and end the episode again.
I'm so sorry I ruined that again.
That's all right.
Dang it.
Callus, it's time for your Spanish review. And
For Callus's Spanish review.
this one
Do-do.
is a doozy.
Oh my
It
God.
is such a
Alright, here we go.
doozy that if I copy and pasted this, it would be big.
Oh man, what in the world is this book?
This is a review by MLYK with a star at the end. She gave it 5 out of 5 stars. You don't have to say the Spanish version, but if you could translate this for us, I'd like some insight into what they're going for here.
Oh, I was gonna read the whole thing in Spanish, super fast.
Okay.
Oh,
Solo por
do
unas
it.
horas fuimos libres en Nintendo. Mi nota,
Faster,
Michael B. Jordan,
faster.
realmente fue muy bueno. Todo el caso perfecto. Yo sería el señor que le.
It's
I
actually
can't even
pretty
read that fast.
But you're doing so good. Keep going.
Creo que me quedé sin palabras. Realmente es una película increíble desde el primer momento que captura una atención y te deja espectacularmente los. I'm not even pausing for commas or periods. Okay, so only for a few hours we were free. Is that the tagline for the movie? What? The
Maybe.
tagline for the
Yes,
review?
it sounds like it.
That sounds like a better tagline
Yeah.
than the dance with the devil or whatever.
Yeah, sounds like the tagline for that party they had.
Yeah.
All right, mini note: Michael B. Jordan was really a great actor. The whole cast was perfect, and I would be that guy that would give jokes. That would say jokes at all the worst moments. Was there a character that said jokes at the worst moments?
I don't think so.
Think so.
Yeah, I don't remember one. Then he says,
The big guy
The
who
thing-
watched the door.
Cornbread?
Yeah,
"Oh, the doorman."
yeah,
I don't know if Cornbread did. I mean,
He
maybe
made
once.
Was he saying jokes?
Yeah, he was funny.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh my gosh, Bluey, there's hair in my taco.
Gross. Bluey.
Anyways.
TMI?
Anyways. This reviewer also said, I think that I was left speechless. Truly, this movie was incredible. From the first moment, it captures your attention and left you without expectations. So this guy, I guess, really liked that flash forward scene in the beginning.
Cancel this. We're done. We're done. We're done. It's over. All right. Thank you for listening to Film Freaks with a Z. I am Yemmy the Fair, and I've been here with
Callus.
Hey, Nation.
Ray of positivity.
and fuck flash forwards. I'm over it. Goodbye.
Bye, Ray.
Bye.
Bye.
Clean your ass.
Yes, please.